Welcome back to another episode of Enthusiastically Spiritual. I'm your host, Teresa. So throughout this lifetime, as I began remembering who I was as a soul and how I am a soul in a physical body, not a physical body with a soul, that unseen part of me was ready to be explored. I have found for myself that this spiritual part of me plays a huge part in who I am and what I feel and sense every single day. Throughout my explorations of finding support for the spiritual part of my journey, I have been so blessed with having the opportunity to try a variety of different modalities. It was back in 2019, I was guided to an energetic healing called Scalar Energy Pathogen Healing. This healing was very unique. It was subtle yet profound, and I am so excited today to share with you my guest who created it. His name is Tom Paladino, and he has passionately pursued his quest to harness scalar energy since he was a child, first reading about Nikola Tesla, and today, through his diligent study, development, research, trial, and error, he has a revolutionary breakthrough that does, in fact, control and direct the remarkable quantum energetic force of scalar energy. His Scalar Energy Pathogen Cleansing, which took nearly 25 years to perfect, requires only a photo of an individual, which is a focal point, to work its extraordinary treatment process, whereby Paladino administers the scalar energy reverse phase angle harmonic of a pathogen, causing that agent of infection to disassemble or fall apart. This Scalar Light Program has shown to eliminate harmful pathogens through a remote process with astonishing success. A variety of Tom's medically diagnosed clients have the proof: viral load tests showing the elimination of the pathogen after exposure to the Scalar Energy Healing Sessions. I'll tell you, Tom is on a mission no less than to heal the world, to eliminate pathogens in everybody's body globally, and he believes it can be done. Welcome, Tom.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for such a stellar invitation and introduction.
Well, you're welcome. Well, I'm so excited because, I think you're the first guest I had on that I've actually had some type of, I've been involved in what you're doing, because most people like come on and I have to read their book or have no idea what they're about, but I know what you're about.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It works.
And it was actually, it was in 2019, Sky Cubby for the World Awake YouTube channel is where I saw the video and was like, this is interesting and I need to try this. And I know for myself that I normally find the right things at the right timing. And when I did I think it was about 4 to 6 months, because, it's funny when I looked back, I was like, what year was that? Because it seems like time is just merging together and it's hard to remember exactly what years it was. But I went back and saw the video and like, oh gosh, it was only 2019. But when I did it, I had a powerful, I'd say healing. I was definitely in a calmer place during the whole process. My husband did it also. And he also noticed, because he's very sensitive, that just a different variation in our energy and how we felt every day. So I loved it. So what I like to do, Tom, is I want you to talk about what scalar energy is.
No, sure. It's Tesla energy or 0-point energy. We're not working with electricity. There's two energies, and I work with the other energy, so to speak. Scalar energies from the stars. And many people have called that over the centuries chi or prana. We call it now Tesla energy or 0-point energy. So there's two energies, and hence there's two dimensions that we can work through. It's very profound. If you look at academia today, it's just focused on the electromagnetic spectrum, which is fine, and that's valid. But there's another spectrum that offers greater possibility: scalar energy. What you can do with scalar energy, you cannot achieve with electricity. So scalar energy is the new energy, so to speak, of the future. It's a new technology that's going to change things.
Mm-hmm. And so how do you harness it?
That's the key.
I mean, okay, and if it's really, detailed, intricate, I guess just vaguely, compactly, how do you do that, Tom? Because that seems so interesting.
That's the key. I've developed scalar energy instruments that harness this energy. If you will recall, Edison had the first light bulb, so to speak. Marconi and Tesla had the first radio. I have one of the first scalar energy instruments that captures this star energy. That's the key. I'm not capturing or controlling electricity. I'm capturing star energy, chi, prana, 0 point energy. When you do that, then you can use it to your advantage. And that's what I've developed, scalar energy instruments that control matter.
Well, and I know that you've this has been a process. So it wasn't like you just woke up one day and go, hey, here it is. It's definitely been. So share a little bit about your journey and how you kind of came upon all this, because obviously you've got a pretty cool journey about it.
I was fortunate enough to meet the Hieronymus family. He was an American inventor. I never met him, Galen Hieronymus, but I met his family, and I was able to use his instruments, scalar energy instruments. He called them alloptic energy, but nonetheless, it's scalar energy. And that was my understudy. That was my hands-on understudy, very profound. And from that, I developed an understanding of how to use this energy. Now, if you could almost use this by way of an analogy, you can pick up a violin, but you don't have any instruction as to how to play the violin. You're inept. Well, it took me years to understand how to play this violin, so to speak. And after 25, 30 years, I know what I'm doing with scalar energy. I know how this energy behaves, and I know how to direct it. I know how to perform a work function with it. That's the key.
And when did you recognize that? And maybe you want to tell the listeners a little bit about the process and how this goes, because it's very unique with using a photograph.
Yeah. When I work with people with a scalar energy instrument, I work with their photograph. People will email me a photograph, and I actually place their emailed photograph inside the instrument, because I work with a force field. I don't work with people. I work with energetic force fields, and those force fields are found on photographs. So in order for me to effectively work with anybody in the world, all I need is their emailed photograph. Now that in and of itself, if you will, calls to mind a new science, a new way of thinking. And once I can make that connection through that quantum realm, the 0 point energy realm, through a photograph, I'm able to identify microbes and break apart microbes. Now I'm doing all of this energetically through this dimension, this scalar energy dimension. That's not electricity.
And I think that's the thing that really intrigued me. I'm like, by a photograph? Are you kidding me? And so I guess like I said before, I really am drawn to things that at the right timing for myself, but also things that are a little more intriguing and different. I'm like, does that really work? But boy, it really does work.
Yeah.
And I know you have tons of testimonials on it too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why does it work? We're working with energy. Energy is fundamental. This is what I really want to drive home with the audience today. I am working with a primal force in nature, scalar energy. Energy is king. Energy is the cause of nature, so to speak. And if we can control this energy, scalar energy, we will have command over nature. Well, presently I have control over viruses, bacteria, and fungi. That's a powerful statement, but I stand by it. So the work function that one of these instruments is capable of is negating the molecular bonds of microbes, germs. Now, imagine what I'm saying. I have command over viruses, bacteria, and fungi. That's just the beginning of the exploration of scalar energy, just the beginning as to what this technology unfolds and what it holds in prospect for us.
And I know that you have different variations of the healing too. You do like the pathogenic cleanse, you do the chakra balance, nutrient program, foods program, mineral and precious stones. You've got a variety of things to choose from.
Yes. Yeah. I've focused on health. And with these instruments, as you've mentioned, we can deliver nutrients. What do I mean? Scalar energy will actually allow us to create an antioxidant or an amino acid. Because it's instructional, we can create the molecular bonds of an antioxidant or amino acid. So this is, if you will, nutrition at the quantum level, where you don't have to eat, you just rearrange the elements in your body. This is quantum healing. So this is the game changer that many people want in the health arena. And eventually, as we expand, we'll see that scalar energy offers us free energy. These will be free energy instruments that will power the world.
Love that, right? I'm sure there's some people that won't love that, but boy, do I love that.
You're right. Yeah.
So Tom, this is a whole, obviously this is quantum, this is, Scalar, but like, was this part of your spiritual path, or were you always on like
Yes.
a spiritual path in your life?
Yes. I've always thought that we can make a difference. One person, myself, or anybody can make a difference. And I studied the great master Nikola Tesla, that great scientist, in order to really get my footing with this new technology, scalar energy or Tesla energy. But the point is, what we learn from technology, we should apply for the betterment of mankind. Tesla was a humanitarian. My predecessor, Hieronymus, was a humanitarian. I am a humanitarian. And the whole point of technology, it's a gift from God. Let the technology help us. There's too much of technology today that imperils life. This technology will give us life.
Definitely. And at what point was it where you determined that it was the photograph is how to start the healing?
Yeah, I had studied Hieronymus's work. At one time, he was treating the astronauts during their moon voyage, the Apollo 11 astronauts. I said to myself, well, if he can make a connection with the astronauts while they're on the moon, then there's some validity to this. And
wow,
there
how
is.
About that?
Yeah,
wow, that's amazing.
It's a fantastic what I've learned over the years. Galen Hieronymus successfully treated the Apollo 11 astronauts while they were walking on the moon.
Wow, that is phenomenal. I love it.
Yes.
And so talk a little bit about the body of proof study that you've done, or are you still in the midst of doing that also?
We are, but it really boils down to testimonies. Why? This is new. There is no scientific protocol. This is a new science. So I have to rely upon people's feedback. Just last month, we received notice from people in Tanzania that they're feeling great. What do I mean by that? Well, in 2017, people who are HIV positive sent me photographs from Tanzania. And after I worked with these people, they responded favorably. Well, just recently, a month ago, we had 5 or 6 testimonies. Everybody said that they're HIV negative, no viral load. They feel great. They don't have to take any antiviral drugs. All of them have returned to work. Nobody has any symptoms of HIV viral disease. Now, that is from a photograph that was sent to me by way of email in 2017. And today these people are alive, they're living robust lifestyles, and not one of them is on any medication whatsoever. So you might see the cause and effect relationship there, I do, but can it be proven by scientific protocol? No, this is a new science. It's never been done before with the exception of Hieronymus.
So until people start exploring it for themselves and coming and seeing how, their own bodies react and their own bodies heal, that's right there, the living testimonies, right? That's
the only testimony. And that's what really matters most and foremost. That's the kit and caboodle, people.
Well, I'm so excited about this because this seems to me like the way, like you said, to heal the future, to heal the planet. And that's exactly what a lot of people like you and a lot of us light workers are here to do right now, to bring this kind of stuff forward.
You're right. It's so important. What have we learned for the past 2 years in the pandemic? Well, we've made some correct decisions and we've made some poor decisions. So moving forward, we need a new model. We need to make changes. We need to make improvements. I think light work is one of those improvements. I think once the world can grasp the fact that light carries information and you can improve human health by that information, well, then that day is coming. And I think this will eventually be embraced as a valid science.
And the fact that we know that we can heal thyself, correct?
Yes, that's what auto suggestion is. That's what auto healing is. Everybody has a scalar energy component. Everybody has scalar energy in their body, and people can self-heal, of course.
It's just moving beyond like our concepts, our beliefs, and that's a whole other podcast with another guest. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they hold the possibility of being the healthiest they are while they're here, or suffering, ill health and etc. while they're here.
Right. And in many ways, you've heard this expression, you are what you think, or, the outcome that you project is the outcome that you will inherit. Well, think positive. I've always thought that thinking is a scalar energy thought form. Thinking, any type of cognitive process is scalar energy wave. And I hold to that. So be positive and set goals for your life. You'll reach those goals.
Definitely. And then find ways like this, Scalar Energy, to work with your bodies, the systems of your bodies, so that way you can heal and live a great life.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know you are offering the listeners a 15-day free Scalar Light regimen. We want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes. Scalarlight.com. That's our website. Anybody in the world can visit the website, and we'll treat you for free for 15 days. Now, all you have to do is email us your photograph. Now, include yourself, and if your family says yes, then include them, and include your pets, your cats, your horses, your dogs, because pets usually are a very good indication as to how effective this light healing is. Many times people will see a dramatic turnaround in their cat or their dog, and that should be attributed to this light therapy. So include your entire family. Scalarlight.com. Anybody in the world can sign up for 15 days of free sessions. There's no questions asked. Don't be bashful. Go ahead and try it.
Awesome. And I'll have all that information in the show notes. And gosh, Tom, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been a pleasure having you on and sharing this amazing scalar energy and what you offer through this program, because it really is profound and it's much needed.
Thank you, Teresa.